Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jane Sampson. I'm a healthcare worker living and working here in the United Kingdom. So today I'll be sharing, stories that I think we should learn from, especially as healthcare worker working here in the UK. Guys, if you see my face for the very first time, you're welcome. To all my new subscribers, I see you guys. You're welcome to my community. Let's grow this community by sharing this video. Let others learn from these experiences as well and not fall victims of some of these mistakes. Guys, today I'll be sharing something that is really relevant that you need to know as a healthcare worker, especially having to do with social media, sharing issues with social media. All of us are on social media. We're on different social media platforms. How do you use this platform in order not to affect your work? I'll be sharing real life stories, real life scenario of what actually happened to certain people and how this is not to judge, but this is just from us to learn and be better versions of healthcare worker and also providing care here in the UK. Haven't subscribed to this channel? Guys, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and let's grow our beautiful community. All right, so since the inception of the healthcare work visa in February 2022, a lot of healthcare worker has come into the UK from overseas to come and work here in the UK, and the truth is a lot of families, a lot of people's life has been transformed with this healthcare worker. My life has been changed. My family is now here in the UK, thankfully. But also, of course, know that with every good thing, there are also some other side effects. There are also some other perks. There's also some other things that will also come with it. While we share the good, we also try to also showcase the other side of it, just so that people are more aware and also well informed of what they're coming to do. Now, a lot of us do not realize that some of the things that we think is not a big deal here in this country, especially because working as a healthcare worker is a very sensitive job. Guys, it's easy to get the job, especially if you're here in the UK. But the truth is, one little mistake can just change the whole, change everything for you. It can just turn everything upside down in a twinkle of an eye. That is why we need to be really careful. That is why we're saying these things, to say people need to be more careful. People need to be more mindful of what they do. All right, down to the story. Now, a healthcare worker, who works and, does her duties and carries her duties, because she was new to the UK, excited about coming to the UK, wants to share her life in UK, which most of us do. You come out of as a domiciliary carer, going from one client to another. You come out of your client's house, and she was found to be taking selfies right in front of the home of her client, showing their addresses, showing their the houses of the client where she's going to provide care, and she was posting them on social media. The truth is, some of these things were found out, she was reported, and this issue was taken off. It was taken up, right? Now her COS was revoked. She was sacked. I'm not sure what happened to her after that. Guys, there is nothing wrong with you taking pictures, but you have to be mindful that while you were coming to work in the UK, one of the courses you did was on confidentiality. It is your duty to keep your client confidential, under no circumstances should you say the name, the contact details, whatever, of your client. Now, while it looked harmless to be sharing pictures taking pictures in front of your client's house, it is absolutely wrong. All right? That is why sometimes it looks like, but it actually means nothing. These are things that can be taken up against you. And unfortunately, in the court of law, ignorance is not an excuse. So we're sharing this thing, just let us know. So go into your client's house, taking pictures, making videos, and posting on social media. Guys, this is something we should not be indulging in at all. You should not even be caught. You'll be surprised that it might be neighbors who saw her doing these things that went to report her. Some of us have done this unconsciously without thinking it's a big deal. The truth is, if you're caught doing this, it becomes a big deal. They will get law to quote and it becomes they'll give you reasons why you should not do this. So I'm pleading with us to be much more mindful of how we go about posting details about our clients on social media, even taking these pictures or doing these videos. You have no reason sharing details of, some of you saw my video that I did about day in the life of a carer, and I had a lot of people saying, oh, you're not showing us the house of the client, and I just laughed. You have no reason going to the house of your client and sharing details. It's against the law. If you're caught, you're in hot water. Please do not do it. Do not be tempted to do it. Do not be tempted to take pictures, videos, details of your client for whatever reason. I hope somebody gets this and run with it. Please share this video with others and let them learn. If you've been doing it, it's time to stop it. At this point, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and join my beautiful community, Jenny's Hub, and let's grow our community together. All right, I'm also going to share another scenario of, the second scenario is that of a healthcare worker that actually in a work group, guys, in a work community, that posted a question with regards to a patient, a client, let me use it that way, a client, to say, oh, this client is not taking their medication. She named the client, she described the whole scenario. Somebody from her work group, guys, somebody from that work group went and reported her to the authority, to her employers. And the employer said, no, you have no reason going to share the details of a patient in a work group. That was how she was sacked. That was how her COS was revoked. Guys, these things look minor, but we need to be extra careful. If you're not sure, ask questions. It looks harmless for you to go and ask questions about, oh, medication, I gave medication to so person, but she refused. The truth is that if you give medication to a client and they did not take it, you simply write refused. It's not fault of you whether they take their medication. You don't force people to do things. You just write there that the person refused. And of course, you're vindicated. Now, taking it to a work group, you're naming the person. So for whatever reason, guys, do not name your patient, your client in any circumstances. Even when you're having, you don't know who is who. It was one of the colleagues that went to report her to the employers. This is a real life story. I'm not telling you, Joe. I'm telling you real life story. So guys, let's learn from it. We all belong to WhatsApp group. Mind what you share. Mind what you say. It might look harmless. You don't know who are in these WhatsApp groups. You don't know who are in this Telegram. I belong to a lot of Telegrams and I see what people post and I just smile and I just laugh. The truth is, some of these things get out, a lot of us will be in hot water. Guys, if we've been doing this, let's be more careful, especially with social media. Be careful what you say. If you have any issue, go to your employer directly and ask. There must be someone that will give you a ready answer. All right? It doesn't mean you cannot ask questions, but of course, you can generalize this question without being too specific. Specificity, naming, names, location, and all that can easily, because you have a duty of care to provide to your client, and one of the duty of care is to also be confidential about their record, data protection. All right, guys, please, let's be more careful going forward. A lot of these are things we do casually and we think it's not a big deal. In this country, it is a big deal, and they will make a big hell out of it, and you cannot protect yourself. One more thing, guys, join unions. People's COS, people have been sacked for just doing little things and they're wondering, what have I done? There's nobody to speak to them. Join a union. I've been saying this almost on my video, guys. If you're a healthcare worker living and working in the UK, you have no business not joining a union. When issues arise at work that you cannot really help yourself, guys, these are the people that can speak up for you. And even if it's something that has been made very, very difficult or very big, having someone that can protect you legally can, speak in your favor and also say, okay, this person did this out of ignorance. This is just too much. Guys, please go ahead and I'll leave a link of a union, Unison. Go ahead and join. You pay monthly, but who knows? They might be there to protect you some. All right, guys. So this is also a case of another healthcare worker. This time is actually a nurse that was sacked, and she was also struck off from the NMC registrar. You know how nurses say this thing. She was struck off from the list and her pin was taken off for the singular reason of sharing her messages via Instagram with one of her patients. So for some reason, she connected with a patient via Instagram. They were messaging each other. Guys, it looks harmless, right? It looks like, oh, it's not a big deal. I've connected with my patient, which is what they encourage us to do. She's connected with her patient, and I think when the patient were discharged, they continued communicating. And for some reasons, the employers found that and they felt it was, it's not part of your job. You're doing what is wrong. She was showing some level of incompetency. You're not meant to have, nurses understand this better. You're not meant to have any form of, close connection with your patient, especially when they've left, the hospital, when they've left your care. So she was struck off. So she would not be able to work as a nurse in the UK again. Guys, how pathetic is that? I mean, this is something that you feel, oh, there's no big deal in it, but it's ended up ending her nursing career here in the UK. The truth is, as healthcare workers, we cannot be too careful. You have no reason communicating with your client, with your patient via social media. That is what the law says. Guys, this job is very, very delicate. So it's so delicate that you have to be careful what you say, what you do in your own personal life as well. For all social media creators, God is our muzzle, okay? So guys, just be careful whatever you do. This is a case of a nurse. This is a real, and these stories I've shared are real life stories, and we're just bringing them to light just to make us more aware. I want to come and work in the UK. I want to come and work in the UK. Little thing like this can just end your career, can put you in hot soup, can put you in hot water. That you're wondering, how did we get here? But let us just be mindful of what we do, what we say, in your social media group, in your WhatsApp group, in your Telegram, even when you share information with your colleagues, guys, with your colleagues, sometimes they are the ones that will go and report you to your employers. So be careful. Ensure that you read the code of conduct of your organization. Ensure that you know your social media, restrictions of your organizations. You need to know, have these regulations at the tip of your fingers. Every organization has a workbook. Guys, go through your workbook, because when an issue arises, they will go and quote from that workbook, and they will state that, hey, it was given to you. You're the one who didn't go through it. Let's avoid this issue, and by the grace of God, God will keep keeping us and taking us higher. I hope you learned one or two things from this video. If you have, share this video once again. If you haven't subscribed, you're doing yourself a disservice. Subscription is free. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take good care, guys, and bye-bye.